field doubling up, and they will fire together at the cone out of 4. Green flag in the air. Austin Worstrow and Craig Vlasic lead him into turn number 1. Around the outside is Vlasic, and Worstrow gets a little sideways, able to hang on to it though. Vlasic still working there on the outside. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Worstrow looking strong on that inside line. Better corner for him through 3 and 4. He's going to lead lap 1 by a couple car lengths as he stretches things out, drifting down the front stretch.
Yeah, track's still a tiny bit little greasy out there. Worstrow definitely hanging the right rear out down the front straightaway. Little loose as we got trouble with the 4 of Anderson down the front straightaway. He looks a little bit slow. Clinton Barrick in the 09. He's moved into second now around the 44 of Vlasic. Nico Hansen in 4th, but now he's got pressure from the 114 of Hannah Rothwell. Rothwell wants that 4th spot.
Out of turn 4, Rothwell trying to break inside the top 4. And she's going to spin it, going for a wild ride down the front stretch here as it's still pretty slippery up on the high side of the racetrack. Looks like Hannah's going to be able to get it going again. We should be able to stay green here. Good on Hannah Rothwell to avoid bringing out a yellow. Still, it's Worstrow out front leading it. Definitely a greasy racetrack on the top side.
Barrick now moving in on that 71. He's doing a good job in that 09 car. He's been moving in. He started in the 5th spot, so he's moved up 4 spots already, and he's on the back bumper, a year leader going into turn number 3 as they're coming to see 2 to go this time, I believe, from starter. 2 to go this time as they both hang her out, coming out of 4, still a little bit sloppy on the top of the surface.
Into 1 and 2. Barrick right in the tire tracks of Worstrow, trying to set the move up for the exit of the corner. Goes down low. Nothing doing there. He's actually going to have to lift a little bit, and that's going to allow Worstrow to scoot away just a couple more car lengths into 3 and 4. Field going to be coming to the white flag this time. Austin Worstrow sees the white flag and has a mirror full of Barrick.
Going to encounter maybe a couple lap cars here on this final lap. Mason Anderson up at the top side in the 3 and 4. Both leaders able to get around him. Anderson does a good job to pump the brakes and allow the leaders to race. Here we go. Barrick to the outside. He takes the lead into 3 and 4. Let's see what happens. Through 3 and 4. Coming to checker flag this time. Who's it going to be? Barrick on the high side. Worstrow on the low side. It's going to be Clinton Barrick picking up the win over the 71. Austin Worstrow. 3rd going to be Nico Hansen, good job for him. Craig Vlasic going to pick up 4th. 5th going to be Jeremy Hughes.
As the field works to come to the green flag. Front row fires together at that pole out of 4. Green flag in the air, and it's Vlasic away, or excuse me, Buscombe away with it. Into turn 1, Leroy Buscombe. Driving away, tight racing there as Denobriga chopped up in front of the 44 of Worcester, and then the 46 of Thorne also got a little bit loose on lap number 1. And 1 car around, it's our leader. Buscombe's gonna sloop it into 3 and 4, back it into the guardrail on the inside. Let's see if he can get it going again here. Still an issue for Buscombe. Yellow flag is out.
Tough break there for Leroy Buscombe in the 71. Just sent her a little too hard into turn number 3 and 4. The bite not quite there yet in the track, and yeah, he brings out the yellow. Couldn't quite get it started.
Coming back to green here, Denobriga, the control car, fires it from the inside line. Good run from Thorne on the outside line as they work into turn number 1. Thorne sails it in on the outside. Great turn from Thorne. Look at that, driving away from the field. Sarantakos dips it out, almost jumps the cushion there, able to keep it going. They're 3 wide on the backstretch as Cuse looks to make the move to the inside of Worcester. And if Toddy's going to follow him around on the outside, 3-car battle now, a 2-car battle. Sarantakos, oh, they're running out of real estate there coming off the corner. Real tight battle there as Sarantakos almost spun it, but now single file as they work into 1 and 2.
Taco's gathered in. He's going to join up second last spot there now after that slippery mishap up turn 4, but Wade Thorne out front in that 46. He's got a good handle on this slick surface, and he's going to see halfway down, 3 to go this time for Wade Thorne in the 46. Dennebrigge in the 7, third. Now Cuse and Worcester getting into it side by side down the front straightaway. They were definitely leaning on each other, and Buscombe and Iftadi now almost 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Iftadi going to drop to the inside of Cuse down the back straightaway. Iftadi noses out into the 4 spot now into turn number 3, sets his sights on Worcester in front of him. Buscombe trying to come through with him. 2 to go this time for the 46 of Thorne.
Thorne has it figured out. This is almost a perfect textbook drifting exhibition as he sails it through the entries of the corners sideways, catches it about the middle, and then just drives off perfectly pointed down each straightaway. You can see him coming out of 3 and 4 again, hangs it out a little sideways, but by the time he gets back to the corner here, he's seeing straight, and now seeing the white flag at the stripe as Thorne leads Dennebrigge, and the battle's on for third between Iftadi and Worcester.
Been an awesome battle for about that 3rd spot between Iftadi, Worcester, and Buscombe the whole race. Worcester now gets into the back of the 38. That opens up the door for the 71 down the back straightaway. He's looking for 3rd, but out of turn number 4, checker flag not in doubt the whole race. It's going to be Wade Thorne picking up the win, followed by 7, Jordan Dennebrigge, 3rd, Buscombe, 4th, Worcester, 5th, Iftadi, 6th going to be Cuse, and rounding out the field in the 6X going to be Tacos.
Yeah, it looks like we lost the 14 double D there at some point. Dustin Duga brings it home 8th after failing to finish this one. Hardy on the front row alongside of Lubeck. Then it's Tolton, Lafontaine, Pagnotta, and Hare. Green flag in the air. Bit calmer start this time from heat number 3. Lubeck around the outside is going to take the lead. It looks like the outside is the place to be so far tonight as he drives away now from Hardy. Lafontaine trying to follow suit, also on that outside line. And Kenny Hare using the outside to his advantage. He's already up to 3rd. Lafontaine to 2nd, but they're all chasing John Lubeck after lap number 1.
Pagnotta in the 13 throws her up the inside. He gets 2 cars at one little swing there. Good job for Vincent in that 13. He's up to 3rd, but now Kenny Hare crosses him over down the back straightaway. Hare looking now to get back by Pagnotta for that 3rd spot into 3 and 4. Pagnotta on the high side track, starting to pack in real nice here. Cars aren't hanging her out quite as much as we saw in the first couple heats coming out of 4. Lubeck clicks off another lap. Kenny Hare still hasn't been able to get back by the 13 of Vincent Pagnotta, but he's trying everything he's got on the inside. Cole Hardy in that 7C just behind them.
Gonna be coming to halfway this time in heat number 3 of the mini stocks. Out of corner number 4. Cross flags in the air for John Lubeck, who has this one in control. Tyler Lafontaine is still hanging on his 2nd, but here comes Kenny Hare to make the challenge into turn number 1, the 5K down low. Not able to make it stick. He's going to slide back into the clutches of Pagnotta, who washes up the racetrack as well. 2nd through 5th under a blanket as they work into 3 and 4. Nose to tail now. Lafontaine leaves the door open on the bottom side. Hare's not going to get there. 2 to go at the stripe for Lubeck.
Lubeck in that Mustang doing a real nice job out front in this one. Almost think that rear-wheel drive car might be at a small advantage right now on the slippery surface, as he's going to come around and see the white flag this time. Lafontaine's gotten to 2nd. Him and Kenny Hare, they can't get away from each other, seems, these last couple nights. And now Lafontaine swings her out wide. Hare sticks it to his inside, side by side for that 2nd spot. As Lubeck takes her down the back straightaway, he's got 2 more corners to bring it home.
Down the back stretch, a half straightaway advantage for John Lubeck into 3 and 4. Car handling good so far early in the night. He'll see the checkers this time. Heat 3 to John Lubeck. Wins it over Tyler Lafontaine, Kenny Hare. And at the stripe, that's a good one there. Vincent Pagnotta looks like he might have been able to hold off Hardy.
Curtis and Logie. Super slow pace, almost a snail's crawl into 3 and 4. They're going to fire at the cone. We will be green flag racing here in the first of 3 street stock heat races here tonight. Green flag is out and we're racing in turn number 1 and 2. Logie gets a great run in that 97L into turn 1. He's going to roll the middle, slide up. He's going to lead down the back straightaway. Brings 108 Zed Black, Zach Bleach through with him. Evan Curtis falls from the pole. Back to the third spot now. Beagle and Teeple side by side for the fourth spot. Beagle's going to prevail, and it's going to be Logie leading lap 1, side by side through the field behind him.
Out of turn 4, Beagle had a great run on the outside, but nowhere to go as Curtis and Bleach were side by side. Evan Curtis is going to get away with the second spot now as Zach Bleach dropping a few more spots. Hanley and Teeple get by. Bleach has got a problem. He's slowing on the racetrack, and he is up on the high side. We'll see if he can keep it rolling, and we can try to stay green here. Maybe a flat tire for him. Logie still continues to lead at the front, and that is going to bring out a yellow as all kinds of problems there for Bleach right in front of our leaders. Puts us under yellow. Logie, Curtis, Teeple, Hanley, and Beagle, your top 5 at the moment of caution. Logie out front, Curtis, Teeple, Hanley, Beagle. Then it's Jeff Humphrey. The 97 of Barrett, and Zach Bleach able to rejoin at the back of the pack. Green flag in the air. Logie sails it into turn number 1 with a big head of steam. Had about 3 or 4 car lengths off that start. Got away cleanly. A little bit of contact in the back of the field as Bleach was trying to shoot the middle, and Humphrey and Beagle closed the door. Bleach trying to fight his way back up into this one, but it's Logie out front right now.
Logie doing a good job out front in that 97L. Craig Hanley moving up from the backside of this field in that 26 car. Inside of Evan Curtis right now into 3 and 4. Curtis able to run the cushion. They're coming to see halfway down this time for the 97L of Ron Logie. Zach Bleach able to move up a little bit now from that early mishap. He's looking for the 5th spot now inside the 17 of Humphrey. He's going to have it going down the back straightaway.
Into turn 3 and 4, still Logie out front. Curtis closes the gap on entry, but Logie gets a great drive off out of 4. Starts to gap the field once again. It's Curtis out front, chasing the leader Logie. Hanley has settled back into 3rd spot, not doing anything right now. Field mostly single file as Beagle trying to work over Humphrey. That battle is for 6th.
2 laps to go this time for 97L Ron Logie. Beagle, your Friday night winner at Oshwegan. He's struggling a little bit here in this heat race at Humberstone. He's mired back in 7th spot. He had a great battle with Dave Bailey coming for the checkers on the final lap at Oshwegan Friday. They got it by a front fender as Ron Logie's going to pick up the white flag this time. 4 more corners. He's going to pick up the heat win here. Heat number 1 in the GNR Rail Street Stocks.
Evan Curtis has the, looks like a panel on the door panel peeled open on the right side of that vehicle. Hopefully they get that fixed because that could be a bit of an issue later on in the night if somebody rides up beside him. Logie's going to get the win over Curtis. Hanley finishes 3rd, Zach Bleach 4th, and Jeff Humphrey rounds out your top 5. Go Fast Teeple 6th, Beagle 7th, and Barrett 8th.
65, Scott Dunn. He's going to choose tail on this one. So that's going to move up the outside row from 4th on back. Ramsey moves up into the 6th spot. Here we go. We're going to go green flag racing out at turn 4. Nice even start. We're green flag racing down the front straightaway. 25 Sergeant 1 Jay Fontaine. Nice and even into turn number 1 and 2. Fontaine rolls the middle, slides up. He's going to get the momentum down the back straightaway. Move into your lead. Ramsey already into the 3rd spot in the 03. Sergeant holding on to 2nd. 1 car, Brock Gregory. He's done a good job already. He's up into that 3rd spot as Fontaine leads lap 1 over Fontaine, Sergeant, Gregory, and Ramsey.
Fontaine looking fast out in front in the 1J, then Sargent's following in. Give a call to Gregory, who really benefited from Dunn electing to drop tail, moved up a row on the outside, started 4th, up to 3rd, looking for more through 1 and 2 on the inside line. Fontaine, Sargent, Gregory, Ramsey sails it in there, has to slam on the brakes. That jams up the back of this 5-car field, 5-car train going underneath the finish line with Fontaine still out in front.
Ramsey and Fawcett there banging doors under the start-finish line as they clicked off that lap. Fontaine still out front in that 1J. Sargent doing a good job to hold on to 2nd. Gregory in that 1 holding on to 3rd. halfway down this time, 4 and 4 to go for the 1J of Fontaine. These front 5 cars doing a good job holding all together in one nice big pack. And then we've got about a 20 car length back to the 3 cars at the back, but great racing up front as Fawcett's still looking to the inside of that 0-3 of Justin Ramsey.
Multiple drivers trying to make moves on the inside. They haven't found the right line to do it just yet. Ramsey looks low underneath the 1, hasn't been able to gain any ground on the corner exit a little bit better that time. Trying to set the move up into 3 and 4, sails it in underneath the 1 of Gregory. Ramsey can't make it stick. 2 laps to go, and it's still Fontaine out front.
Fontaine, hometown local hero here in that 1J out of Port Colborne. He's doing a good job of leading this one. Gregory, Ramsey, and Sargent still battling for that second spot. Ramsey to the inside of Gregory. He still can't quite get there as this time 1J, Jason Fontaine, 4 more corners where he picks up the heat win here in Heat 2.
Fontaine looking strong, has a nice comfortable car length or 2 lead, trying to stretch that out, and it's the final time down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Fontaine in control, he'll see the checkers. Jason Fontaine wins heat number 2 over Ken Sargent, Brock Gregory, Justin Ramsey, and Mark Fawcett. That is your top 5. Remington Price brings it home 6th, Scott Dunn 7th, and Jeff Bean 8th.
Snail's pace into 3 and 4. Bailey and Reed going to bring in the green. They can fire at the orange cone in turn 4. That's where they choose to fire. Green flag is out, and they're racing down the front straightaway. Hale gets a great jump on the outside, and that's 79. He's going to lead into turn number 1 and 2. Slider up. Bailey settles into second. Donnie Lamon into third. His dad, Jimmy Lamon, in behind him to round out the top 4. Bailey gives a little shot to the 79 of Chris Hale into 3 and 4 that time, but Hale's going to lead lap 1 over Bailey, Lamon, and Jim Lamon.
Donnie Lamon making a move to the inside, now cuts back to the outside to follow Bailey's tire tracks. Hale still out front. It's Hale, Bailey, Lampman, Jim Lampman, and Reed on the inside. Out of turn number 4, Bailey making the move for the lead. Wasn't able to complete the pass, so continue to work on it into turn number 1.
Pete Reed now, he started at the back of this one. He's moved up into the 4th spot around the 28 of Jim Lampman. Reed pushes up a little bit, opens up the door for Lamb a little bit. He's able to close him outside of coming out of 4. Now Donnie Lampman looking to the inside of Brewster Baker, Dave Bailey in that 49.
Sliding up the racetrack was Donnie Lampman, not able to keep it pinned underneath Bailey. They're all fighting for that inside line, but nobody's progressing through it. As long as you got that high side, you got the drive off the corner, you're going to hang on to your spot, it seems like. Lampman still trying the inside line as Bailey's trying to get to the inside of Hale. This could be a 3-car battle for the lead heading into 3 and 4. Lampman backs out of it, but Bailey commits on the inside. Here comes the Brewster Baker. Dave Bailey trying to make the move for the lead. Can't make it stick. Hale hangs on.
Chris Hale, he's doing a real good job out front in this one. Donnie Lampman, Dave Bailey still side by side for that second spot. Grace racing all through the pack here in this final heat for the GR Enviro and Rail Street Stocks at Humberstone Speedway on night 2 of the Quick All-Canadian as Hale sees 2 to go this time by.
Lampman sails it in there again. Look at Pete Reed making a 3-wide battle for second. Down the back straightaway, Pete Reed on the extreme low side. Lampman chops him off, but has Bailey to his outside, so little room out there for these street stocks. Hale continues to lead. Battle still raging for second as Donnie Lampman tries to make the move stick on the inside.
Chris Hale, he's led from the outset of this one into 3 and 4. He's got 2 more corners to pick up the win in this final heat race tonight for the street stocks. Checker flag waving out of 4. It's going to be Chris Hale picking up the win over Donnie Lampman. Dave Bailey by a nose for third over Pete Reed, and then Jim Lampman in the 28. 6 going to be 601 Jeffrey Larmett, and Trevor Want in the 19 going to round out your field. Great racing in all our street stock heat races here tonight. Up next going to be the Mod Lights. At the cone, Corbett and Slider hammers down out of 4. Green flag is out, and we're racing down the front straightaway. Corbett in that 32 gets a great start. Dylan Slider does not get a good start in that number 1 car. He's faded all the way back to 5th already as the 291 of Cornish is moving to 2nd, and here comes RJ Pitts in 3rd down the back straightaway.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Dylan Slater just couldn't get it into gear or what coming to the green flag, but that car struggled and skipped coming to the flag, and that's going to drop him back to 5th, and now he's up to 4th after getting past Anderson. Top 4 cars single file, Hale and Anderson doing battle there from 5th place. Now RJ Pitts using the outside line in the 26, trying to get around the 291 of Dave Cornish for 2nd.
RJ Pitts, he definitely looks like the quickest car right now out there in Heat 1 for the Mod Lights tonight. He's pushing that high side. He gets around Cornish. He's solidly into the 2nd spot. Now he's going to switch up his line, maybe try to throw a slide job. Can't quite get there, but he's going to stick the bottom. He's going to see halfway down, 3 down, 3 to go. RJ Pitts leads this lap. He takes over the lead from the 32 of Corbett.
Corbett not done battling yet as he follows right into the tire tracks of RJ Pitts. Pitts is going to drive away from him down the back straightaway, stretching things out now to about 2 car lengths, maybe more, coming out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go at the stripe, and it's Pitts out front.
RJ Pitts, he started 4th, moved up into the lead, and he's got 2 more laps to go here before picking up the win in Heat 1 of our Mod Lights tonight. Let's see if Corbett can do anything with him. White flag out this time for the 26 of RJ Pitts. Corbett still 2nd, Cornish 3rd, Dylan Slater 4th, and the 44 Ryan Anderson rounding out the top 5 right now. 2 more quarters for that 26 of RJ Pitts. Great run here in opening heat race for the Mod Lights. He's going to pick up the win. Checker flag waving out of 4. It's RJ Pitts over Corbett in the 32. 291 Cornish, then Dylan Slater, Anderson, and Gavin Hill rounds out the field. Slider and curving into 3 and 4. They can fire at the cone. Green flag is out, and we're racing here in Heat 3 for the Mod Lights tonight. Slider does not get a good start at all. She's faded all the way to the back into turn number 1 and 2. Curving in the 88, going to lead through 1 and 2. If Toddy, that cheeseburger in that 27, gets a good run down the back straightaway. He went 4th to 2nd, looking for 1st into 3 and 4. Cheeseburger up on the high side, 4 in the fluff. Didn't quite work that time, picked the left front, and Curving's going to lead lap 1.
Curving leads, If Toddy. Meisner now up to 3rd in that 6. If Toddy stalking Curving for the lead. Looking to the inside, now cuts back up to the outside, trying to find a hole to get around Curving through 3 and 4. Had some daylight on the bottom side, not able to pull off the pass. Curving continues to lead.
Meisner to the 3rd spot. 15, Tim Anderson. He got a little rumble on the cushion there, and 1 and 2 opened up the door for Riley Slider, who's moved back past the 22 of Craig Martin into 5th. As now at the front straightaway, halfway down, Cheeseburger If Toddy. He's going to take the lead into turn number 1 and 2 around the 88 of Curving. So good run there out of 4 for the 27 of Sam If Toddy. He's going to be your leader as he comes down to see 2 to go this time.
If Toddy's been looking for that opening out of turn 4 the last few laps, and finally last lap was able to put it all together and get past Curving, and he's set sail, driving away now from Curving. Last time by the stripe, just under a 2nd advantage already for If Toddy. As he sees the white flag, he's going to really start to stretch things out now. It's a gap of 1.4 seconds for If Toddy. That car bad fast now that he's got clean racetrack in front of him. 1 more set of corners to negotiate for Sean If Toddy. If Toddy out of turn number 4, he's going to see the checker first. He'll win heat number 3 in the Mod Lights over Dan Curving, Rob Meisner. And out of corner number 4, Tim Anderson holds on to 4th over Riley Slider, and Craig Martin rounds out your field of 6. Adam Leslie knows how to get it done, would love to have a good night. Representing Sterling Lubricants on the side of that 15. He will fire with JMF out of corner number 4. Green flag in the air. We're underway in the Sportsman. Heat number 1. Friesen goes up the racetrack, rides the cushion, stays alongside of Leslie. Leslie's going to clear to the lead into 3 and 4. Adam Leslie drives out of corner number 4. He leads Friesen and Mallory, Sharp and Penante.
Adam Leslie's looked super fast all night so far. He leads down the back straightaway. JMF slides up a little bit too high. That opens up the door for the 20 of Jay Mallory into 3 and 4. Mallory looking to the inside of the 72 of Friesen. He's able to clear. Mallory now into 2nd. Friesen 3rd. Justin Sharp, he had a bad time trial lap, but he's able to erase it. He's already up into the 4th spot. Justin Sharp moved through half the field almost in that 8S. He's into fourth as here comes the 15. Adam Leslie looking good out front, already a half straightaway lead. He clicks off another lap.
Leslie out front, driving away from the field here with Mallory now in second, representing Oshweekin and GSR on the side of that 20 car. Friesen in the Bobcat of Hamilton 72 rides third. Justin Sharp sits fourth. Jeff Penante fifth. Field's starting to get a little bit more strung out because Adam Leslie is just pulling away from everybody. Last time by the stripe had a 1.3 second advantage. This time, as they click off another lap, he stretches things out. Up to 1.7 seconds now. Gained another couple tenths that lap. Leslie flying.
Adam Leslie looking real fast so far in that 15. Sterling Lubricants. Number 15 as he sees 2 to go this time by. Mallory now in the 20, able to stretch it out a little bit over the 72 of Friesen. Sharp staying about the same distance back from the 72. Jeff Penante now rounds out the top 5. As here comes Adam Leslie out of turn number 4, going to see the white flag. He's got almost a straightaway lead over that 20 car of Mallory through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Adam Leslie looking super good. He's going to have to hope for a good redraw later on. See where he starts in the feature, but he looks quick right now. Could be your winner later on. Checker flag. 15, Adam Leslie over 20. Jay Mallory, 72, JMF. 8S, Justin Sharp, 5th. Penante in the 66P, 6th. McKay in the 13, 7th. Mateo Penante, 99 Junior. And rounding out the field is going to be 23N of Nathan Peaty.
Smith and Rouse turn them loose. The flag is up. Into turn number 1. Terry Smith on the inside, trying to make it stick for the lead. Rouse slid up the racetrack in the center of the corner. He settles back into line behind Smith. It's Smith, Rouse. Oh, Smith bobbled just a second. I thought Rouse was going to hit him, but smart driving there from Rouse, avoids contact. Smith leads lap 1.
Curtis Friesen, he's been driving hard. He's able to get around the 09 of Trevor Wright. Just as I say that, right back to the inside of the 68 of Friesen. Friesen able to close the door into 3 and 4. Drives it in hard, slides up out of 4. He holds on to third spot as Smith in that 22. Clicks off another lap. 2 and 6 to go. Brad Rouse can't quite get a good run down the back straightaway just yet. Tyler Pachelski already by 2 cars. He's looking to the inside of the 09 of Trevor Wright. So tough break for Pachelski. He was supposed to start 5th, had to start 7th, already up to 4th in that 21P. 5th, sorry.
Smith riding comfortably there in the lead in the 22 as they work down the back straightaway. Rouse is lurking there, hasn't been able to close up to a challenging distance just yet. Gonna see halfway at the stripe with Smith out front, Rouse, Curtis Friesen, Wright, and Pachelski. That is your top 5. Now Rouse looks to the outside for the lead. Wasn't able to make it sick. He'll try to set it up down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Rough ride there. The car starts to bounce on him. Smith a little bit smoother driving away.
Rouse not letting that 22 car. Smith gets away. Makes a little mistake in turn number 1 and 2. Had to bite the binders a little bit. Adds another car length to the lead of the 22 of Smith. Trevor Wright now to the inside of Curtis Friesen into 3 and 4. Friesen shuts the door again. Pachelski still over the back bumper of the 09. Good battle for the third spot. 3 cars under a blanket as they saw 2 to go that time by. Terry Smith in that 22. Going to see the white flag this time by Terry Smith. 1 to go.
Final time around for Terry Smith. He leads Brad Rouse, Curtis Friesen, Trevor Wright, and Tyler Pachelski down the back straightaway. The difference about 2 car lengths, make it 3 as they work into 3 and 4. For the final time, coming out of corner number 4, Terry Smith is going to win heat number 2 in the Sterling Lubricants Dirt Car West Sportsman. Smith wins it over Rouse, Wright, Friesen, Pachelski, Hawkins, and Sonnenberg rounds out the field of 7. Field firing out of turn number 4. Bleach and Penante fire into turn number 1, leaning on each other. Look at Cody McPherson making it 3 wide for the lead up off the corner. Down the back straightaway. Oh, contact! Oh, wow, what a save by all three drivers. That could have gotten real ugly as Bleach turned Penante back towards McPherson. Everybody gets away clean and green on lap number 1 after a wild back straightaway. One car around, it's Bill Gill. Oh, he saved it too. Good driving there from Gill in the 49. Wild start to heat number 3.
Cody McPherson, he started third. He is your leader now after a good first lap. Like Jonathan said, good job for those three drivers who had a little bit of contact, able to save it. Now Jordan Costco looking to the inside of the 108 as we've got one around in turn 3 and 4. Bill Gill saved it in 3 and 4, saved it in 1 and 2, couldn't save it in 3 and 4. And he's around, gonna have to bring out the yellow. Green flag is out and we are racing once again. 2 in, 6 to go on this final heat race of the night for the Sportsman. 358 modifieds up next. They're going for 3 heats as well. Jordan Costco now to the inside of that 108 at Bleach. Costco looking fast in that 17C. Had a rough time trial, but he's fast on the race trim as he's up into the 3rd spot around the 108 at Bleach.
Good move from Costco to take over 3rd spot that last time out of 3 and 4. McPherson still out in front of this one. Penante trying to keep pace. Both using that inside line. Halfway at the stripe for Cody McPherson. Penante closes in a little bit more on corner entry, but he loses it coming out of the corner. Slides up the racetrack. That's going to allow McPherson to extend about another 2 car lengths over 2nd place.
McPherson clicks off another lap. 3 laps to go here in our Sportsman qualifying events here tonight. Penante now starting to slide back a little bit. Costco in the 17C got a good run out of turn number 2. They're starting to close in on that 99 of Penante. 2 laps to go now for the lucky 7 of Cody McPherson. Costco in that 17C is slowly starting to close in on that 99P. Still the gap between McPherson still isn't under a second, but checker flag waving this time. It's going to be Cody McPherson picking up the final heat of the night for the Sportsman over Greg Penante. 17C Jordan Costco 3rd, 108 Bill Bleach 3rd, 5th Noah Mamo, 6th Smolders, and 7th going to be the 49 of Billy Gill.
Green flag in the air in the modifieds. Flanagan leaning on Lindbergh into corner number 1. Lindbergh goes up the racetrack and he'll come away with the lead through corners number 1 and 2. Down into 3 and 4. Lindbergh again sailing it up on the outside, testing that high side. That's about as high as we've seen anybody run in any division all night long. He leads lap number 1 over Dave Flanagan and Luke Carlton.
Lindbergh loves that high side. He's pushing the cushion, ripping the lip around this Humberstone Speedway. Definitely building up a nice cushion in the turns, holding really well in 3 and 4. Lindbergh all super fast. Already a 1.5 second lead already for the 37S of Gary Lindbergh. Dalton Slack in the 5th spot, trying to move in on the 28 of Todd Gordon now. 2nd, Luke Carlton. 37S, Lindbergh leads another lap, followed by Carlton, 26, 74 Flanagan, 28 Todd Gordon. 3 RS of Dalton Slack, and Van Mill rounds out the field at the moment.
Lindbergh on a Sunday drive. A little bit of a sketchy corner there on the exit as he sees halfway. Got a little sideways, but for the most part, making it look easy, rounding out the cushion, riding the cushion through 1 and 2 and into 3 and 4. Lindbergh flying around this racetrack. It's Lindbergh, Luke Carlton, Dave Flanagan, Todd Gordon, Dalton Slack, and the too cool of Derek Van Mill.
Lindbergh now up to a 2.2 second lead over the 26 of Luke Carlton as he sees 2 laps to go, this time by double sticks in the air, that time for the 37S of Gary Lindbergh. Field has taken a single file run right now. White flag out for the 37S, this time by Lindbergh has a straightaway lead over that 26 of Carlton. Carlton doing a good job in the 2nd spot though. Around this time, back straightaway he rides into 3 and 4 final time. Checker flag in the air, picking up heat number 1 for our modified tonight. Going to be Gary Lindbergh in the 37S, followed by 26C Luke Carlton, 74 Dave Flanagan Jr., 28 Todd Gordon, 3RS Dalton Slack, and the too cool of Derek Van Mill rounds out heat number 1 for the modifieds. Podwinski and Delario, they're your front row. They lead him nice and slow into 3 and 4. Bernier behind him. He picked up a win late last year in October here at Humberstone. I think the final night of the year. Green flag is out. We're racing into turn number 1 and 2. Great jump by the 08 of Mark Delario. He's going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2. Dylan Davidson gets over the top of the cushion. He's going to have to fall back. He's back into 6 now. Rudolph in that 25R. Good to see him in the Niagara region this year. Haven't seen him since the COVID. And he ran 5th last night at Maryville, and now he's on the inside of Podwinski looking for that 7 spot. Rudolph up to 2nd.
Delario leads down the back straightaway. Field starting to sort itself out, and it's Eric Rudolph who's going to find himself up to 2nd, and now battling for the lead out of corner number 4. Rudolph goes to the inside of Delario into turn number 1. Eric Rudolph trying to make the bottom side work. Hasn't been able to complete the pass yet. Looks pretty quick down there. Into 3 and 4. Wheel to wheel with Delario. Delario rides up the racetrack. Slide job. Here comes Eric Rudolph to lead.
Rudolph has lots of feature wins here at Humberstone in that 25. Definitely good to see him back. Bernier's moved up from farther back in the pack. He's up to 3rd, halfway down now for the 25 of Eric Rudolph. It's Rudolph, Delario, Bernier, Podwinski, Freddie Carlton, and Dylan Davidson, your field right now.
Freddie Carlton not able to advance through the field like he might want to. He's still running there in 5th, trying to find a way around Podwinski. Bernier starting to battle there with Delario for 2nd, trying to set that move up. Rudolph still leads at the front. It's Rudolph, Delario, and Bernier. Now Carlton working over Podwinski down the back straightaway. They're side by side for 4th as Bernier gets to the inside of Delario, but not able to make the move stick.
Great battle for 4th between Carlton and Podwinski. Those two are definitely giving each other the doors. Carlton gets by him for good that time by, but those two are definitely banging door bars front straightaway. White flag out this time for the 25 of Eric Rudolph. 25, Bernier gets into 2nd. So now double 25s lead this field right now as Rudolph down the back straightaway. Final time into 3 and 4. Checker flag waving at a turn number 4. Rudolph almost bobbles a little bit. Gets a turn. He's going to pick up the win over Bernier. Delario, Carlton, Podwinski, and Davidson going to round out your field.
So our 2 invaders, one from New York, one from Quebec. They go 1-2 in heat number 2 of the S&W Service Center 358 Modifieds. Podwinski not happy with Carlton there. And Podwinski dumps the 96 on the front stretch. And Carlton is going to probably need some assistance to get back to the pits as heat number 3 beginning to roll. Heavy Chevy and Mike Bowman going to lead him to green. Front row fires together. Into turn number 1. Chevalier on the downstairs side, trying to find a way to clear Bowman. Bowman hanging tough on the outside. They're still wheel-to-wheel driving away from the field, trying to settle who's going to lead lap number 1. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Chevalier. Chad Chevalier goes to the front, leads Bowman. Now Williamson up to 3rd. Tyler Willard drops back to 4th, going to drop another spot as Brad Rouse slips by, single file amongst the field.
Chad Chevalier clicks off another lap. Mike Bowman not letting him get away. Matt Williamson now, he's moved up from 5th into 3rd in that 6th car. Rouse 4th, Willard 5th, and Gruel in the 6th spot. Williamson now switches to the high side. He's going to try to get some momentum, try to get around the 71 of Bowman. Top 3 single file right now, but Williamson back to the cushion, trying to get around that 71 of Bowman. Bowman faster off the bottom of 2, though.
Into 3 and 4, Williamson sails it in on the outside. Not able to pull even with Bowman, but it's got a lot of speed down the front stretch. He'll try to make the move happen in for 1 and 2. Again, slides up the racetrack, but Bowman on the inside, able to hang on to that 2nd spot. Caution is out, 1 car around. It's Corey Gruel on the high side at 4.
Snail's pace into 3 and 4. Green flag is out. And we are racing down the front straightaway side by side with Mike Bowman. Gets a good start into 1 and 2. He's able to slide up Let's see what happens out of 2. Chevalier gets the bite off the bottom. Chevalier, your leader down the back straightaway. Bowman not going away, though. Topside might be the favored line in 3 and 4. Chevalier still leads. Williamson looking to the inside of Bowman as they click off lap number 5.
Out of turn number 2. Inside is Matt Williamson in the 6S. NW Service Center ride. Mike Bowman on the high side now. Rolls reverse from that last green flag run. 2 to go at the stripe. Williamson grabs second place. It's still Heavy Chevy out front. Chevalier, Williamson, Bowman, Tyler Willard, Brad Rouse, and Corey Gruhl coming to the white flag this time. It's still Chevy out front.
Chevalier, like I said, he won the last 358 modified feature here about a month ago. I was here with the 360 sprint that night. Good job for Chevalier to pick up the win that night. Checker flag waving. Out of turn number 4, he's going to pick up the heat win here tonight too. Heavy Chevy, Chad Chevalier picks up the win over Matt Williamson, Mike Bowman 3rd, 4th, Tyler Willard 5th, Brad Rouse, and rounding out the field is the 35G of Corey Gruhl.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rearview mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
You're so tasty, so drive me crazy, crazy, ain't nothing I can do.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
Pagnotta and Thorne to the green flag. Thorne fires first. He gets the hammer down first. Green flag is out, racing at turn number 1. Tyler LaFaunessi gets a great restart. No surprise there from the 96. As he's able to nose out into second spot now around the outside of the 13 of Pagnotta down the back straightaway. He's going to move in on the 46 of Thorne.
Out of corner number 4, Thorne leads LaFaunessi. Pagnotta trying to hold off Barrick. Kenny Hare, last night's winner from Maryville, trying to find his way up inside the top 5. He's clear of the 10X of May, looking for more, and now the battle's on for the lead as they work into corners 3 and 4. Tyler LaFaunessi down low, Wade Thorne up high. LaFaunessi will get the lead as they work underneath the stripe.
LaFaunessi, your leader, coming up to lap Hannah Rothwell. Didn't see what happened to her. She must have had a excursion off the top of the track or something, because they're coming up to lap her a little quick coming around this time as LaFaunessi coming up the first one to lap the 114 of Hannah Rothwell. Tough break for her early in the race. Thorne still in second, Barrick 3rd, 4th Kenny Hare, and 5th still good run for Vincent Pagnotta in that 13. Pagnotta holding on to the top 5 spot right now, but as I say that, Jeremy May in the 10X looking to his inside, looking for 5th.
Last time by, Mason Anderson came by with a right front flat. He's since taken it pit side. Out in front, it's LaFaunessi leading Thorne, Barrick, Hare, and Pagnotta. One car around, that's a lap car. That's the 77 of Brown. Scott Brown goes around, and we are back under yellow. LaFaunessi will lead him back to green. Into corner number 1. Wade Thorne trying to make a move on the outside. Wasn't able to get alongside of LaFaunessi, and now he's going to have to play defense as Clinton Barrick's going to take the spot on the inside. Looking to take that second position is Clinton Barrick. Kenny Hare on his bumper. Squirrely gets Barrick. That's going to allow Thorne back by. So it's LaFaunessi, Thorne, Barrick, Hare, and May are top 5.
Kenny Hare in the 4th spot, giving the bumper to the 09 of Barrick. 96, LaFaunessi still your leader. Wade Thorne pushing the high side, not going away in that 46. Barrick now to the inside of the 46 of Thorne down the front straightaway. Barrick to the bottom. Thorne on the top. Barrick now gets sideways in 1 and 2. Almost pushes Thorne up over the bank. Barrick into second. Here comes Kenny Hare. He's got to run. He's going to move into third, it looks like.
Through 3 and 4 on the bottom side, it's the 5K of Kenny Hare battling there for third with Wade Thorne in the 46. Now single file amongst the top 5 as Thorne tries to fight back for that third position on the outside of turn 1 and 2. Not able to make the move stick. Tyler LaFontaine continuing to drive away from the field. Last time by the stripe, his advantage just over a second. We'll see what he's got this time if he's able to stretch it out. At the stripe, up to 1.3 seconds now. Another 3/10 picked up for Tyler LaFontaine that lap.
Kenny Hare to the inside of the Clinton Barrick 09 looking for that second spot. Gives him a little bit of a shot. Barrick a little bit loose in 3 and 4, halfway down this time. 10 in, 10 to go for the 96 of LaFontaine. LaFontaine going to be seeing a couple lap cars now with the 5 and the 4 cars at the back of the field. LaFontaine pulling away now over the 09 of Barrick. Hare still on the back bumper of the 09. Hare not able to get around the 09 now for second though. Still Wade Thorne, your early leader, holding on to fourth. Good run for him.
Just over halfway into this one, Craig Vlasic had to pull it into the infield in the 44V. Still LaFontaine leads, gonna see some lap traffic potentially. At least the Mason Anderson vehicle will be the first car to go a lap down on this run. Or excuse me, the second car after the 5JR. LaFontaine leads. Barrick, Hare, Thorne. Oh, problem for Kenny Hare. He immediately darts out to the right in turns 1 and 2, and he takes it pit side. That car looks like it's coming to a complete stop on the outside. That will bring out a yellow. Caution is out for Kenny Hare, who stopped on the high side of turns 1 and 2. Looks like he's got reversed. Not sure how much drive he's got in that 5K right now. Eight laps to go in this one. It's Tyler LaFontaine and Clinton Barrick on the front row, and all TMR front row. Green flag back in the air. LaFontaine gets a great jump. So does Austin Worstrow. He's thinking about making it 3 wide on the inside for third position. Wasn't able to make the move stick. He backs out of it. Thorne and May continue to battle there for third. Problem for Worstrow. He's falling back through the field, dropping like a stone. Austin Worstrow's got issues in that 71W. LaFontaine leads. Barrick, May, Thorne, and we watch the 71W as he continues to struggle to try to make it back pit side. Problems for the Thor Auto Parts Fix Auto 71W of Worstrow.
Back out front, still your leader, Tyler LaFontaine. He clicks off lap 14 this time. 14 in, 6 to go for the 96 of Tyler LaFontaine. That 71W Worstrow still creeping off the track in turn number 1 and 2, so we can stay green for the moment. Down the back straightaway, LaFontaine going to see 5 to go this time by. 5 to go for the 96 of LaFontaine over Barrick. Jeremy May doing a good job. He's up into the third spot, battling with Lubeck side by side down the front straightaway. Good battle for that third spot with the 10X of Jeremy May and the 14L of John Lubeck. Lubeck pushes May up a little bit over the cushion, just a bit. That opens up the door for the 7C of Cole Hardy. As we are now yellow, it is for the 71 of Worstrow, who has stopped off top of turn number 2.
Worstrow did all he could to limp that car home after having a problem on the backstretch about a lap and a half ago.
Archer Traffic Control pace truck into the infield. Green flag in the hands. It is now in the air. Green flag is out. LaFontaine leads over Barrick down the front straightaway. We've got a 5-lap shootout for the money here in the Bosch Service Mini Stocks.
Barrick did all he could to stay with LaFontaine on that restart, but LaFontaine timed it perfectly. Now Barrick trying to close back in through 3 and 4. Top 2 cars single file, then they're battling for third between the 10X of Jeremy May and the 14L of John Lubeck. Still LaFontaine leads and now has about a full car length advantage over Clinton Barrick as they work down the back straightaway.
May and Lubeck putting on the best battle on the speedway right now pretty much for the past 5 laps. They're still side by side for that third spot. Lubeck able to nose out in front right now. Lubeck's got the power on the top side in that rear wheel drive Mustang. Only rear-wheel drive car right now in the top 5 is that 14 Mustang of Lubeck. Here comes LaFontaine now. He's coming down. He's going to see 2 to go this time by. 2 to go for the 96 of LaFontaine.
LaFontaine leads, going to have that 5 junior Jacob McIntyre lap truck in front of them. Leaders work to get around the 5 GAR. LaFontaine's clear. Top 3 clear of that lap traffic now. Coming to the white flag this time. It's LaFontaine, Barrick, Lubeck. Battles on for 4th. May has it. Cole Hardy's trying to take it, going into turn 1. Yellow flag is out. Big piece of debris going into turn number 3, and that puts us under yellow right as the field was about to complete the white flag. They're taking the white flag, but not everybody crossed, and we're under yellow again. Pace truck is in. We'll try it again. Going to 2 to go. LaFontaine gets a great jump this time on Barrick. Barrick's going to have to dive in there if he wants to keep the pressure on LaFontaine. Instead, he's going to have to play defense as here comes John Lubeck. Another car goes wide. That's Cuse that went wide on the outside of turn number 4. Looks like you're going to keep it green. White flag in the air for the leaders. Tyler LaFontaine still out in front.
LaFontaine, 2 more corners as he's down the back straightaway, going to bring home another win here in the Niagara region. One last stab at it for the 09 of Barrick and the 14L of Lubeck. Checker flag in the air. It's going to be Tyler LaFontaine picking up the win over Clinton Barrick. John Lubeck, Jeremy May 4th, Cole Hardy 5th, 6th Mike Sarantaco, 7th Vincent Pagnotta, 8th going to be Wade Thorne after leading early, 9th Sam Iftati in the 38S, and rounding out the field in the number 1. That's going to be Jason Tolton.
Give a call to Tyler LaFontaine, your winner here tonight in the Bosch Mini Stocks. Tyler, tell us about the drive tonight. Car looked really, really good. You had to hold on for teammate Clinton Barrick. What did you see out there on the racetrack?
You know what? It was hard. I didn't really see any nose dive on me. I was just nervous. All those cautions, I didn't know where they were. And when Clinton restarted beside me, he's got the twin car to this, so I know it can compete.
Who do you want to thank for the drive here tonight?
I got to thank Rob's Transmission Auto Service, APC Auto Parts in Welland, Louisa's Sweet Retreat, and I also got to give it out to my uncle. His birthday last night, so this one's for him. Tyler
LaFontaine in victory lane in the mini stock. Give a call to him, and we'll get racing shortly with the street stocks. Curtis and Hanley gonna lead him to green. Out of turn 4, front row fires together. Flag is up, pedals are down, away we go. In the street stocks, Hanley pitches it in, taking the lead from the outside lane. He washes up the racetrack. That's going to open the door for Curtis. And here comes Pete Reed in the 05. Reed on the inside of the 2 easy of Curtis through 3 and 4. Pete Reed trying to come away with the lead as he challenges Hanley there. Hanley hangs on to lead lap 1.
Good job for Pete Reed. Started 3rd, now going to take the lead down the back straightaway. Out of turn 2 for the 05, your leader down the back straightaway over Hanley. Battle for 3rd. Fontaine inside of the 2 easy of Evan Curtis. Fontaine now into the 3rd spot in that 1J. Donnie Landman rounds out the top 5. As right now, top 5 is Reed, Hanley, Fontaine, Donnie Landman, and Evan Curtis.
Into corners 3 and 4. Pete Reed continues to lead. Craig Hanley 2nd. Going to get a little love tap, maybe a bit more than a love tap from the 1J of Fontaine, who's just looking for a little bit of breathing room on the inside line. Donnie Lampman up there in 4th alongside of the 2 easy of Curtis. The 1J of Fontaine's gotten to the inside of Hanley. They're side by side, wheel to wheel into corner number 3. And the 1J on the bottom side is going to take the position as Hanley washes up the racetrack. Pete Reed, still your leader.
Pete Reed likes to see those cars battling in behind him. He's able to pull away a little bit. 1.1 second lead now for the 05 of the Crazy Alien. Pete Reed, the Fonz in behind him. Fontaine moved into the 2nd spot in that 1J. And now here comes Donnie Lamb, he's to the back bumper of the 26 of Craig Hanley. Lamb looking to move forward in that metric car, first metric car in the field. Only a couple of them out there with Donnie Lamb and Chris Hale. Remington Price and the two as well out there in the metric cars. But here comes Pete Reed to click off another lap. That's going to be lap number 6. So 19 to go for the 25 of Reed.
P. Reed still leads. Fontaine. Lampman trying to find a way around Hanley. He's got to deal with the 108 of Bleach. They continue to make contact down the front stretch. Those two cars might even be hooked together. The 108 and the 28D. They're slideways. Yep, 100%. Those cars are caught up, and that's going to cause a yellow as Zach Bleach stuck it underneath Lampman and just continued to ride that right rear corner, the left rear corner with the right front, and they eventually became hooked together, and now they park it on the inside of turn 4. Under yellow, Pete Reed out in front of this one. Tough break for Lampman and Bleaches. Both were fast and up at the front.
Archer truck, traffic control, pace truck to the infield. Crazy Alien Pete Reed, he's been your early leader. Poor Colburn boy, Jason Fontaine to his outside in the 1J. Fon's hungry for a win, like Jonathan said. Green flag is out. We are racing once again, 7 laps in, 18 to go here in our GR Enviro and Rail Street Stock division here at Humberstone. Pete Reed gets the good start. He is rolling the bottom and he is back out front. Now the 26 of Hanley looks to the inside to Fontaine. Can't quite get it done now. The 49 of Dave Bailey pushes the high side. Trying to get around the 26. Can't quite do it. And it's going to be Reed, Fontaine, Hanley, Bailey, and Logie Gregory, in the 1 rounding out the top 5. Gregory holding on to that top 5 spot, even though he's missing that left side door.
Tight battle on the racetrack for 3rd place. Bailey wants it on the outside. Craig Hanley down low in the 26. Still continues to fight for that spot. Into corner number 1. A little bit of contact there between Bailey and Hanley. Just trading paint. Hanley on the low side in the 26. Bailey, the Brewster Baker ride up on the outside. Watching that battle. 10 laps into this one as Pete Reed crosses the stripe. It's Reed, Fontaine, Hanley, Bailey, Gregory, your top 5.
Fontaine closing a little bit. We got a car around in turn number 1 and 2. That's the 2 easy of Evan Curtis. So tough break for Curtis there. Around in turn number 1 and 2. And then we are back yellow with 10 laps in, 15 to go.
Curtis got a little help from the 0-3 of Justin Ramsey. I don't think it was fully intentional contact, but definitely contact made by the 0-3 of Ramsey as he turned Evan Curtis. Both cars running inside the top 10. Tough break for both of them. Sargent, Jeff Humphrey, and Mark Fawcett round out your top 10. Coming back to green here with Pete Reed getting the jump. Fontaine immediately fighting to get to the inside line, wants to be right in the tire tracks of Pete Reed just in case there's a little bit of daylight down low. Out of corner number 2, Reed driving away from Fontaine. Hanley has Bailey to his outside still. Everybody fighting for the bottom side. That seems to be the preferred line here tonight. Fontaine trying to hang with Reed, but Reed still leads.
Fontaine still all over the back bumper, the 05P Reed. Brewster Baker in that 49 still trying to get around the 26 of Handley. Can't do it. Jim Lampman in the 28 Camaro. He's come up through the field. He's looking for a top 5 spot. He's to the inside of the 1 of Gregory. Gregory gets the right side into the front stretch wall there. Trying to rip the right side off the door down the front straightaway. Gets into the wall. Trying to even up the cars. He gets almost thought about going in 3 wide through the middle. There of the 26 of Hanley and the 49 of Bailey. And this time by halfway down for the 05, a crazy alien, Pete Reed.
Bailey still committed to fighting on the outside for that 3rd spot in the fast 49. Brewster Baker ride. That's mostly because Hanley's not giving him any other option. Everybody just trying to fight to get to the inside. Gregory going to the 3rd line now, trying to get a run on the outside, maybe push Bailey down. Yellow flag, 1 car around on the front side, or excuse me, on the low side. That's 2 cars. That's Bean who got a piece of it. Out of corner number 4, I saw the 65 here spin as well. Waiting to see what that other car involved with Bean is. Getting a report, I believe that it might be Zach Bleach that's involved down there. So rough night for Zach Bleach, involved in a second incident of the night after coming together with Donnie Lampman, and now involved in an incident with Jeff Bean in the 37. Ron Logie 7th, Ken Sargent 8th, Mark Fawcett 9th, and Jeff Humphrey 10th. Green flag back in the air with 11 laps to go. Into turn number 1. Fontaine not able to get to the inside this time. Now Hanley's going to have an advantage here as they try to battle for second. Craig Hanley wants it. Fontaine trying to protect from the outside. 10 laps to go. It's still Reed out front.
Ron Logie getting raced in that 97L. He's sending it hard into turn 3 on the inside of 49 Dave Bailey now in turn number 1 and 2. Logie sent it hard last time in turn 3. Let's see if he does it again. He sure does. Tries to get under 2 cars now. He's to the inside of 49 Dave Bailey. Crazy Alien Pete Reed leads another lap. That's 16 in. Now 9 to go for the 05 at Pete Reed. Then Fontaine still in second. Now your battle for 4th has switched it up. Now it's Hanley and the 1 at Gregory and the 97 of Logie. Looks like something may be wrong with the 49 at Dave Bailey. Bailey losing a little bit of speed in that 49 car. He's fallen back to now about the 7th spot.
I'll tell you what's wrong with Bailey is this is the first time he's now able to run the inside line. The outside is not the place to be for these street stocks right now. As you can see, Bailey almost driving towards the infield to try to get to the inside of Fawcett to make up some ground. Reed out in front. Then it's Fontaine, Hanley, Gregory, the only one who's really committed to the outside and has it kind of working in that 1 car. Hasn't been able to really get much further than 4th place using that outside line, but still looking strong compared to some of the other counterparts. And give a call to Donnie Lampman, who's back up inside the top 10, currently running 8th, getting around his dad, Jim Lampman. Good moves for Lampman to recover. Donnie Lampman recovers from that first incident.
Donnie said on the show that he likes that metric car when there's a cushion, a little bit more bite, so that is playing into the track conditions right now. So Lampman up on that high side, opens up the door. His old man gets back to the side, but it's still Donnie Lampman holding on to the 8th spot right now over Jim Lampman in the 28. Those are the 2 most side-by-side cars at the moment right now. A little father and son action in the 228s. Jim Lampman gets the power out down out of turn 2. Him and his son Donnie putting on a good battle for that 8th spot as Pete Reed starting to stretch it out in front of this field up to almost a 2-second advantage over the 1J of Fontaine. Pete Reed looking real fast here tonight. 4 to go.
It's a freight train from second on back. Fontaine, 1 full flat tire on the 2M of Price. Remington Price has a right rear flat. He's going to take it pit side and get off the racetrack. That should keep us racing green. Now inside the top 10, it's Ryan Beagle battling there with Justin Ramsey in the 03. That's the tightest battle on the racetrack right now as we're getting ready to see 2 laps to go at the stripe.
2 to go this time by for the Crazy Alien Pete Reed. Don't think he has a feature win quite yet here this year. Long time runner in this division though, lots of feature wins. I know he has one last year in the street stocks here at Humberstone. Going to see the white flag this time by for the 05 of Pete Reed. 2nd spot, Fontaine. He's held on to that pretty much the whole race. Same as the 26 of Hanley. Logie up into 4th now. Logie's looked real fast here tonight. Down the back straightaway. Final time couple, more corners. And we are going to see a feature win for the Crazy Alien. 05, Pete Reed, checker flag in the air. It's going to be Peter Reed picking up the win, followed by 1J, Jason Fontaine. 3rd, Craig Hanley. 4th, Ron Logie. 5th is Brock Gregory. 6th, Mark Fawcett. 7th, Dave Bailey. 8th, Jim Lampman. 9th, Donnie Lampman. And rounding out the field is 03, Justin Ramsey. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, climbing out of the car. Tonight's feature winner in the street stocks, it's the Crazy Alien, Pete Reed. All right, Pete, congratulations. Tell us about your race there. You were super quick, early started 3rd, got the lead. Tell us about it.
We got ourselves an all-Canadian finally. Yeah, I knew that was a good pill draw. I wanted the bottom, and I saw an opening, I went for it, and I just kind of held my line all race, and it worked out for us. That was a nice, clean run. I've been itching to get back here. We were so good at the end of last year. I've been itching and itching and itching. Couldn't make it last time. I'm super happy to be here.
Yeah, no doubt. You look super fast. One thing I've always wanted to ask you, how'd you get the Crazy Alien nickname? I know you have that Martian in the car, but how'd you get that nickname?
So that's something that stuck with me since I was about 12, 13 years old in go-karts. Being a little wild child, I wrecked or something, came flying through the field. And someone said to my mom, that kid's driving like a crazy alien, because I always had a Marvin the Martian sticker on the car, and it just kind of stuck since then.
That's awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together tonight for the GR EnviroRails Street Stock Feature winner. It's Pete Reed.
So who exactly is Fast Eddie? More than just a man, it's the mindset that runs through our blood like oil through an engine. Whether on the track or on the street, Fast Eddie is the spirit that drives us to go fast and keep going. Born in 1949 with no time to look in the rear-view mirror. Every story is worth telling, and every piece of Fast Eddie apparel has its own. Celebrate our mindset. This is Fast Eddie. This is combustion culture. FastEddieSpeedwear.com.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
And Meisner going to lead him to green. They will fire together at the cone in 4. Flag is up, pedals are down, away we go on the mod lights. Bit of a squirrely start there from Cornish. That's going to allow Meisner to get around on the outside and make the pass for the lead into turn 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, it's Meisner. Cornish on the inside, trying to fight back through 3 and 4. Again, the car breaks a little bit loose. That stacks up the field behind him. Now RJ Pitt's going to get around and take over second on the outside.
RJ Pitts, he looked super quick earlier in this heat race. As I say that, we got a car around in turn number 1. It is the 71 of Leroy Buscombe. Buscombe was doing double duty tonight here in the mod lights and the mini stocks, and we got him around in 1. And we are cautioned after just 1 lap.
Meisner and Pitts, the front row. Meisner is the control car. Green flag back in the air, and it's Meisner with a great restart. He's going to lead the field into green, as is Slater. Slater's going to try to go for second. Pitts fights back on the outside. Another car stacking up at the back of the pack. That's Greg Zach, who went for a wild ride. Out on the bottom side of turn number 1, that Zach 6 head is stopped. And that should bring out a yellow.
Tough break for Greg Zach there in the 6. Definitely got together with one of the other cars and then started like a sprint car style death bounce, able to keep it on all 4s. And these cars don't have reverse because they're equipped with the 1200cc motorcycle motors. So I got to get pushed back from the fence from the safety crew. Then he can jam her back in gear and should be able to drive away.
Meisner and Slater bring him back to green. Great restart there from Pitts as he takes the second spot away for a brief moment. And the Slater fights back on the outside now in the 17. Down into turns 3 and 4. To the outside goes Josh Slater, trying to find a little bit of power up on the high side to get even with Meisner. He'll do so. He'll even take the lead at the stripe.
Slider didn't get quite the restart he wanted there, was able to let RJ Pitt sneak to his inside, but now he's got that 17 tender meats cut car powered up on the high side. He's looking to get around the 6 of Rob Meisner, both Savage chassis out front right now with Meisner and Slider. They're partners in the Savage chassis brand. And Meisner on the bottom, Slider on the top. Meisner doing a really good job to hold on to the early lead right now. It's Meisner, Slider, Pitts, Winger, and looks like Bigelow going to round out the top 5 as they click off lap number 5.
Josh Slider committed to the high side, hasn't been able to work it back by Meisner just yet. Meisner on the inside. So far the inside line, the prevailing line, but Meisner now is going to have to play a little bit more defense as Josh Slider pulls even at the stripe, down into 1 and 2. Slater trying to complete the pass, can't get through 1 and 2 on that top side, now falling back into the clutches of RJ Pitts.
RJ Pitts, I've said it a bunch of times, looking super fast here tonight. Wants that podium place, 1 second away from his car owner, Josh Slider. Slider working that high side now, tucks it into the bottom behind the 6 car through 1 and 2. Maybe try to get his momentum up on the bottom because that seems to be the preferred line through 1 and 2. Maybe high side in 3 and 4. Switches back to the high side over on the cushion in 3 and 4. Tries to get a run around the 6 of Meisner. He's to his door, and he led that lap by 34 one-thousandths of a second.
Out of corner number 2, the 17 up on the high side, trying to take the lead from the 6 of Meisner. Meisner down low through 3 and 4. Slater definitely better on the high side through 1 and 2. That time Meisner bobbled out of the corner. Let's see if Slater cuts to the inside. He does so through 1 and 2. Josh Slater to the lead now, clear of Rob Meisner. Slater, Meisner, Pitts, Bigelow, Winger. That is your top 5. Back to the top side goes Josh Slater, leaves the door open downstairs for Meisner, but it's not working for him. Halfway at the stripe.
Halfway down, 10 in, 10 to go for the 17 of Josh Slider. He switched up his line in 1 and 2. Now he's rolling the bottom. A lot of times here at Humberstone Speedway, it'll be bottom 1 and 2, top side and 3 and 4 is the fast line, and that's the line that the 17 of Josh Slider is utilizing right now to lead this Mod Light feature. He clicks off another lap. 11 in, 9 to go for the 17 of Slider. Second, Meisner. Third, Pitts. Fourth, now Brent Bigelow worked his way up from his 11 starting spot, and Tyler Winger rounds out the top 5.
Good racing throughout the top 5 as Bigelow trying to find a way around RJ Pitts, who's also looking to get past Meisner. Second through 5th under a blanket as they work into turn 1 and 2. Josh Slider has opened up a 1.2 second advantage on second place Meisner. Into 3 and 4, the 17 of Slider down low. Now you're trying just the bottom side through all the corners here at Humberstone. Bigelow and Winger almost come together up off of corner number 4. Still second through 5th. Nose to tail.
Joshy Slider pulling out to a 1.6 second lead now, definitely starting to distance the field just a little bit. Savage Chassis of Meisner still in second. RJ Pitts been in third pretty much this whole race, doing a good job to hold on. Now he's got pressure from his teammate, 16 Brent Bigelow, in that leader chassis number 16 car. Now he gets a shot from Winger. Bigelow off the pace down the back straightaway. Bigelow, your 4th place runner's definitely off the pace. Let's see if he can get her pulled into the infield. Bigelow gonna crawl down the front straightaway. Engine clearly starting to look like it smoked a bit. Bigelow gonna stop on the front straightaway, and we're gonna have to go yellow. Don't know why Bigelow didn't pull her into the infield there, where he's clearly come up lame, but he decided to bring out a caution. Off of turn number 4, you can see our Sterling Lubricants Sportsman Division field getting lined up on the push track off turn number 2. They'll be coming up right after this. Don't forget, we'll be drawing the 50-50 after this as well. We are coming to green this time by 5 laps to go here. 5 lap shootout for the 17 of Josh Slider, who gets a nice restart into turn number 1 and 2. RJ Pitts got on the bumper a little bit of the 6 of Meisner, but here comes Josh Slider down the back straightaway. Already got a 5-car length lead over the 6 of Meisner.
Slider leads, Meisner. Winger and Pitts doing battle there for 3rd position. Winger's gone to the outside, and he's finding a little bit of speed on that outside, trying to find a way around Pitts. Pitts pulls back by. Winger's going to settle back in line. Nope, goes to the outside again into 3 and 4. Winger in the 4 car up on the high side, trying to get a 2-for-1 special up off the corner. He'll do so. Grabs Pitts' spot and Meisner. 3 laps to go with Slider out front.
Let's see what Winger can do on the top of turn number 2. Can he hold the spot down the back straightaway? Meisner looks to the inside. Winger going to pound the cushion again in 3 and 4. Slider has switched to the bottom. Slider sees 2 laps to go now for that Tender Cuts Meats number 17. 2 to go now for Slider. Still side-by-side battle for that 2nd spot. Meisner on the bottom, Winger on the top. Meisner better out of 2, Winger better out of 4. Just like I've been saying all night here, bottom better in 1 and 2, top looks better in 3 and 4. White flag now out for the 17 of Josh Slider. He is got 4 corners to go before he brings in another feature win here in that 17 on the season. Battle for second is going to be the best battle here on this final lap. Meisner on the bottom, Winger on the top into 3 and 4. Slider going to roll the bottom. He's going to come home and pick up the win. Josh Slider picks up the win. At the line, it's going to be second. Tyler Winger over the 6 of Rob Meisner. 4th, RJ Pitts. 5th, Dylan Slider in the 1. Good job for him. Didn't talk about him much during the race. 27, Sean Atati 6th. 7th, 07, Chris Watson. 8th, 44, Ryan Anderson. 9th, 88, Dan Curving. And 10th, rounding out the top 10, is the 291 of Dave Cornish. So good job to Josh Slider in that 17 car.
Port Colborne, give a call to your native son, Josh Slider, as he is unbuckling now and getting ready to climb out the winner in the Mod Lights tonight. Josh, come on around here. We got to talk about your drive, because you started out committed to the outside, one of the few drivers doing it, and it didn't seem to be working, and you finally made it work through 3 and 4 to get the passes done. Talk to us about the track and how you had to move around to get to the lead and drive off with it.
I knew Rob wasn't going to get off the bottom, so I knew I would have to follow him down in 1 and 2 to be able to capitalize in 3 and 4, because my car was just as good as his on the top of 3 and 4. But he was better on the bottom of 1 and 2, so I just waited and waited and waited, and then finally I was like, I gotta go.
Who do you want to thank for the drive?
I gotta thank Tender Cuts, NDT Group, Crutchfield Performance, Savage Race Chassis, Dressel Steelworks, Hollow Maple Farms, my dad. We actually, the 44 car got in the wall last night at Merrittville. We clipped it. We were out in the shop till 4:30 this morning, then back out at 7:30 in the morning, and it's been a long day.
A long day, but he walks away the winner. Give a call once again to your winner in the Mod Lights, Josh Slider. Costco and McPherson on the front row. Flag is up, pedals are down, away we go into Sportsman. Around the outside, it's Cody McPherson trying to take the lead out of corner number 2. Down into 3 and 4 now. Billy Bleach thought about making it 3 wide for the lead. That was never going to work. McPherson's going to come away with the lead over Costco on lap number 1.
McPherson, if you give him an outside front row started spot, it's going to be hard to beat him. As you have seen that, he's already into the lead. Jordan Costco holding on to second. Billy Bleach looks pretty quick in that 108. Definitely looking racy, trying to nose his way to the inside of the 17C. McPherson clicks off lap number 2, 38 to go. Top 5 is McPherson, Costco, Bleach, JMF, and Greg Penante. And that Gaston's Auto Sales, number 99P. He is in rounding out the top 5 right now. In behind him, last night's winner, Curtis Friesen in the 68.
McPherson has about 2 car lengths now as Costco under fire from Billy Bleach. Billy Bleach Jr. to second after making the move on the inside of Costco in the 17. So now it's McPherson, the 108 of Bleach, Costco, the 99P of Greg Penante, and James Friesen rounding out your top 5 as they run. Friesen committed to the outside lane, trying to make something happen, but Costco and Penante do battle in front of him. Little to no room out there as Penante takes the 3rd spot away from Jordan Costco.
Greg Penante in that 99P, he's definitely looking racy here tonight. He's up to the 3rd spot already. He started in 6th, so already +3 for that 99P as Cody McPherson still out in front, but looks like the 108 of Billy Bleach might be moving in just a little bit as the gap this time by at the stripe is 0.8 seconds, so McPherson is stretching out the lead just a little bit.
McPherson looking smooth, Bleach trying to put the pressure on. We'll see if he's able to eat into that lead at all on this lap. Bleach looking good, but at the stripe, McPherson drops about a 10th. It's only a 10th to pick up there for Bleach. Penante rides there in 3rd. Tightest battle on the racetrack now is for 4th as James Friesen on the outside in the Bobcat of Hamilton 72, trying to find a way around Jordan Costco in the 17C at the stripe. Friesen noses ahead over Costco, but they still are doing battle through 1 and 2.
McPherson just put the first car 1 lap down. That's Pat Sonnenberg in the 78. First car to go a lap down. 108 Billy Bleach Jr. starting to get to the inside of him as well. He puts him a lap down as well. Car starting to get single file through the top 10 here. Best battle on the track so far is Justin Sharp in the 8S. He's pushing the high side. They're almost 3 wide coming out of turn number 2 with Smith, Mallory, and Sharp. Sharp had to think better of it, but now he pushes the high side in 3 and 4. That's where the cushion's really good. Like I've been saying, Sharp swoops around Terry Smith, and he's into the 9th, 10th spot now for Justin Sharp.
Single file through most of the top 10. Mallory and Sharp doing battle over 9th position. Jay Mallory, the mongrel, in the 20. Oshweekend car down low coming out of turn 4. Justin Sharp has the 8S Blue Moon Potatoes ride wound up on the outside into corner number 1 and 2. Yellow flag is out. One car smoking. It's Dan McKay. Problems for Dan McKay as he brings the 13M to a stop. Lots of smoke billowing out of the 13M home hardware ride for McKay. And we're under our first yellow, just over 10 laps in on this one. 11 in, 29 to go. It's McPherson and Billy Bleach Jr. on the front row for this restart. McPherson hammers the throttle. Flag goes up. And they're already single file amongst the top 3. Briefly only, because now Greg Penunti is making the move to the inside, the 99P. Couple cars stacking up. It's the 3N of Mamo. Bill Gill's got a piece of it in the 49. Looks like the Matteo Penunti machine's got a ton of damage to it. And Spencer Smolders has already taken it pit side after that incident. And we're back under yellow.
McPherson and Bleach going to lead him to green. Still 11 in, 29 to go here. Green flag is out, and we're racing once again here in the Sterling Lubricant Sportsman division. McPherson gets another good restart. Bleach misses the bottom a little bit. That's going to open up the door for the 99P of Greg Penunti. 3 wide now down the back straightaway for second. JMF on the top, Bleach in the middle, Penunti on the bottom. Who's it going to be out of 4 to collect that second spot? It's going to be Greg Penunti now in second, but JMF still to his outside in that 72. JMF not going away. Both cars just split the one away to Bleach. And now 72, James Michael Friesen pushes it down the back straightaway. JMF now into second around the 99 of Greg Penunti.
Out of corner number 4, Penunti tries to keep pace with Friesen, not able to do it. Single file amongst your top 5. From about 7th on back, though, they're slicing and dicing through the field. Adam Leslie under fire from Brad Rouse. Rouse on the outside in the 18R trying to break inside the top 5. Adam Leslie works there on the inside. They're both fighting behind 5th place. Jordan Costco in the 17C. Now Rouse has gotten around Leslie and will set his sights on Costco down the back straightaway. 17C of Costco down low through 3 and 4. Rouse goes upstairs. Out of corner number 4. Give the position to Brad Rouse as he puts the power down the front stretch and looks to clear Costco into turn 1.
Brad Rouse now solidly into the top 5 in that 18R. Another car moving up through the field. Adam Leslie, he won your first heat of the night here for the Sportsmen. He got a bad redraw, but he's been slowly moving up through the field as well. Now he's to the inside of Justin Sharp for that 7th spot. Leslie looking quick in that Sterling Lubricants number 15 back to the front. Cody McPherson comes back down. He's clicking off lap 17. 17 in, 23 to go for the 7 of Cody McPherson.
Last time by, just over a second advantage over second place James Friesen. We'll see what it is at the stripe this time as Cody McPherson continues to click off the laps out front as we approach the halfway mark of this one. McPherson now leads it. Well, picked up another 1/10 of a second that time over Friesen. It's 1.1 seconds the advantage at the stripe. McPherson leads it into turn 3. Then it's Friesen, Penunti, Billy Bleach Jr., Brad Rouse, Jordan Costco, Justin Sharp, Adam Leslie, and Jay Mallory. Trevor Wright hanging on into the final spot in the top 10, but he's coming under fire from Terry Smith.
Halfway coming this time for the 7 of Cody McPherson. 20 in, 20 to go for that lucky 7. James Friesen not going away. He's 1.1 seconds in behind him. Penunti still holding on to that podium place in the 99P. Best Penunti's looked here this season in that 99. Now 108. Billy Bleach getting to the inside of the lap car of Pat Sonnenberg. Bleach clears him. He's away now. McPherson puts another lap car between him and JMF. It's the 23 of Petey.
McPherson out in front. Friesen trying to get around the lap car of Petey to keep pace. Racetrack really starting to take a lot of color as the black is getting laid down through the corners. McPherson, next lap car he'll see is the 25 of Chris Hawkins, who's currently scored in 16th. 17 laps to go, and lucky number 7 is out for a Sunday night cruise on the holiday weekend.
Track definitely starting to get a little slippery now as McPherson's working the bottom on both ends. JMF in that 72 working the bottom of 1 and 2, top side in 3 and 4 as Chris Hawkins in the 25. He's going to take her pit side in that 25 car. Pat Sonnenberg has a little excursion off the top of 3. He gathers it back in. He's able to keep her square as McPherson clicks off another lap. 25 in, 15 to go for the 7 of Cody McPherson.
Going to be more lap traffic in front of McPherson, and this is going to be a bit of a battle in front of him as Noah Mamo and Tyler Pacholski are doing battle over the position for the 14th spot on the racetrack. McPherson gets past the Sonnenberg vehicle. Now, as Mamo and Pacholski work over each other, McPherson's going to have to work to get around them. They're side-by-side lap cars and potential lap cars anyways in front of our leader McPherson, and Cody McPherson's got nowhere to go right now. This is Friesen's opportunity to really make up some time. Now McPherson tries to get to the inside of Pacholski, couldn't do it. Mamo also being told to move over. Pacholski takes an evasive maneuver to dodge our leader. McPherson goes up the racetrack to try to get around Mamo, not able to do it. Don't look now, but Friesen took away 0.3 of a second off the lead that last lap.
Yeah, Cody McPherson definitely had to go where he hasn't been. Now he switches back to the bottom, trying to get around the 3N of Noah Mamo. Mamo slides up a little bit. That pushes McPherson a little bit higher than he wanted to go through turn number 1 and 2. JMF slowly closing in. Down to a 1 second disadvantage for that 72 car. Now McPherson able to get by the 3N of Mamo as we see 10 to go this time by. 10 laps to go for the 7 of Cody McPherson.
McPherson clear of some lap cars, has some breathing room now. Not what James Friesen wanted, as already McPherson's picked up another 0.3 back on his advantage over Friesen. McPherson pacing the field. We'll see Nathan Peaty, the next car to put a lap down. McPherson, Friesen, Penante, Bleach, and Rouse. That is your top 5 as they run. No problems with Peaty. McPherson is by. The lead at the line, 1.1 second. McPherson trying to just keep clicking away laps here as there's 8 to go in the Sportsman.
McPherson, Friesen, Penante, Bleach, Rouse, Sharp, Leslie, Costco, Mallory, and Trevor Wright, your top 10 at the moment as we have 7 laps to go now for the 7 of Cody McPherson, who works his way down the back straightaway on lap number 33. Going to see 34 this time. He's got the 66 Pia Jeff Penante, next car to go a lap down in front of him. 6 laps to go now for the 7 of Cody McPherson. Field a little bit strung out throughout the field right now. Not too many side-by-side battles going on. Here comes Cody. He's going to see 5 to go this time.
5 to go, and James Friesen is searching. He's tried high, he's tried low through each of these sets of corners and hasn't quite found the line that he wants to be able to really eat into this lead. McPherson's going to have Jeff Penante to put a lap down. Jeff Penante running 13th on the racetrack right now. Last time by, the lead was 1.4 seconds. It shrank another 1/10 of a second that time as Friesen eats it away to 1.3 seconds with 4 to go.
Greg Penante having a hard time getting around the 3N of Noah Mamo for that, trying to lap him. And that's allowed the 108 of Bill Bleach to close in on him for that 3rd spot. Penante able to get by now. The 3N of Mamo puts him between him and Bleach to hold on to that 3rd spot for now. As here comes Cody McPherson. Where'd he go? He sees 2 to go this time by. Cody McPherson, 2 to go. 2 more laps to go, and Cody McPherson picks up the All-Canadian win here at Humberstone.
Cody McPherson with Willard and Concrete and Trucking on the side of the race car. You know he would love to pick up a little bit of extra bonus money from Willard Concrete and Trucking for the win tonight. Extra $750 going towards whoever is able to capture the checkers. White flag is waving over the field. It's a half lap to go. McPherson doing all he can to get past Jeff Penante. James Friesen's not going to get there. Out of corner number 4. Checkers in the air for Cody McPherson, who wins the Sterling Lubricants Sportsman here at Humberstone as part of the All-Canadian Championship weekend. It's McPherson over Friesen, Penante, Billy Bleach Jr., Brad Rouse, your top 5. Justin Sharp brings it home 6th. Adam Leslie 7th. Jordan Costco 8th. Jay Mallory 9th. And Trevor Wright rounds out the top 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for tonight's Sterling Lubricants Sportsman feature winner. It's Cody McPherson. All right, Cody, congratulations. Aunt Tammy, she's got her name on the side of this car. She put up a bunch of extra money here tonight. Tell us about how awesome it is to keep it in the family and keep her money.
Yeah, you know, I just had a win tonight. I got so many friends, family, people we haven't seen in a while that all just showed up tonight. My aunt sponsored the night. Larry added an incentive for me to win too, so he owes me some money now, so that's good. But you know, I couldn't do it with all the help. Rick Belante, Jacob Chevalier, Aunt Tam, Willard Concrete Trucking, PVM Hydraulics, Little Al, Dirt Outlaw Apparel, Grandma McPherson, Beaverlock Farms, Titan Crane, Naga Trailers, Summertime. Yeah, everyone that helps, and it's pretty cool with all these people here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for tonight's Sportsman Dirt Car feature winner. It's Cody McPherson in one of the loudest victory lanes I've ever seen. Archer Traffic Control Inc. pace truck to the safe havens of the infield. Nice slow pace between the 37S of Lindbergh and the 74 of Dave Flanagan. Green flag is out, RPMs come up. Great start by the 37S of Lindbergh. He's going to lead into turn number 1 and 2. They were almost 3 wide for the second spot down the front straightaway. Rudolph ducked his nose under, but he backed out of it into turn number 1 and 2. Bowman to the 3rd spot for now on the high side. Bowman pushing the top. Rudolph on the bottom. Who's going to be? Lead lap 1 is Lindbergh over Flanagan, Bowman, Rudolph, and Delario. Top 5 at the line.
Just outside the top 5, now inside the top 5 is Matt Williamson, the S&W Service Center, number 6. He made a great move that last time out of 3 and 4 to grab 2 spots. He'll grab another one this time as he goes underneath the Mike Bowman 71 machine. They do battle down the front stretch there as Eric Rudolph tries to find a way around the 74 of Flanagan for second. Flanagan holds him off down into turns 3 and 4. Gary Lindbergh driving away from the field as Lindbergh leads Rudolph now as he gets past Flanagan at the stripe.
Matt Williamson started in 7th, already up to 4, so good job for him coming through the field. One car going backwards the wrong way is the 25 of Steve Bernier. He started 5th, falling back to about 8th now. Your winner last year during the October show here, Fall Nationals at Humberstone. Bernier falling through the field a little bit as Lindbergh clicks off lap 4. Williamson now looks to the inside of the 74. Flanagan holds the bottom, doing a good job holding the line. Williamson's going to have to switch it up. Drives around the outside of Flanagan, 3 and 4. Matt Williamson now into 3rd, going to set his sights on Eric Rudolph, who's rolled in 2nd right now.
Gary Lindbergh is already out to about a half straightaway advantage over Eric Rudolph. Matt Williamson's up to 3rd. Flanagan runs 4th, and Heavy Chevy working the outside of turns 3 and 4. He clears Mike Bowman, who is lurking down there on the low side. Single file through much of the field now with Lindbergh out in front.
Lindbergh looking super quick, over a 2-second lead over the 25 of Eric Rudolph. Rudolph swings it to the high side, trying to find any speed to try to catch the 37S of Lindbergh, who is out front of this one. Coming around to click off lap 8. 8 in, 42 to go for the 37S of Gary Lindbergh. Still lots of time left here in this final feature of the All-Canadian Championships presented by Quick at Humberstone Speedway. Another one falling through a little bit through the field is Mike Bowman. He's followed back to the 6th spot right now. Bowman started 4th, rolling 6th. But Chad Chevalier, feature winner last time here at Humberstone that the modifieds were here, he's up to 4th. He started pretty far back in 8th, so +4 for Chad Chevalier.
Been a good run to the front for Heavy Chevy. Been a great front run out front for Gary Lindberg. He now has his first car that he's going to lap. It's Corey Gruhl in the 35G. To the inside goes Lindberg. He'll put that car lap down. Eric Rudolph would have liked a bit more of a fight from the 35G as he tries to reel in our leader, Gary Lindberg. Last time by the stripe, it was almost a 2-second advantage. This time, Lindberg sees it a 1.8 second lead erased as caution is out on the racetrack. Brad Rouse has come to a stop on the high side of turn number 2, and we are under yellow. Gary Lindberg out in front for the first 10 laps or so, but has his lead reset.
11 in, 39 to go for the 37S of Gary Lindberg, but now he has Eric Rudolph to his outside. Let's see what Rudolph can do now that he's got a restart. Matt Williamson in behind them too. Could get spicy here. Green flag is out, and we are racing once again down into turn number 1 and 2. Great start by the 37S of Lindberg. Rudolph able to tuck in. Williamson follows him through in the 4th. Chevalier pushing the high side, but not quite able to get the bite down out of turn 4. Chevalier pushes the high side again in turn number 3 and 4. Bowman still there, looking to the bottom side of 3 and 4. Can't quite get on there. Still the same top 5 as they were on the restart as they click off lap number 12.
Lindberg looking strong out front. Eric Rudolph closed right in on the back bumper that last time by. Through 3 and 4, Rudolph climbs up the racetrack. Now, I'm not sure that high side's the way to go. It seems like as Rudolph comes into turns 1 and 2, he's able to close right in on the bottom side, but every time he goes up high, he drops back all the distance he makes up into turn 1 and 2. Once again, Rudolph tries the high side. Or tries to point it down the hill to get a run at Lindberg. That time much better down the front stretch and keeps it Lindberg honest in corner number 1. Lindberg leads. Rudolph, 1 car around, 2 cars involved. It's Carlton and I believe Flanagan in the 74 who also is involved there. Is Freddie Carlton went for a wild ride. Connected there with the 74 of Flanagan.
There's Flanagan rejoining the back of the field. Green flag is out, and we are racing once again. Another good start for the 37 of Gary Lindberg. Rudolph able to drop down into that 2nd spot, cover the bottom into 1 and 2. Williamson still battling with his buddy Chevalier down the back straightaway. Williamson pulls away solidly into that 3rd spot. Rudolph, though, still pushes that high side in 3 and 4. Got to go where the driver in front of you isn't to pass him, so Rudolph trying different lines in 3 and 4.
We saw the same line work for Josh Slater much of the Mod Light feature just a couple races ago, and Rudolph's committed to the same strategy. That time pushed it almost too high, but gets a great drive up off of corner number 4. Tries to set up the move, getting to the inside of Gary Lindberg. Couldn't do it that time. Lindberg covers off the spot. Lindberg and Rudolph appear to be the class of the field this time. Matt Williamson doing all he can to hang with those top 2. Chevalier in 4th and Mike Bowman back up inside the top 5.
First set of cars double file are the 26 of Lou Carlton and the 25 of Steve Bernier. Carlton holds on to the A spot for now. Bernier looking a little off here tonight. We got one high on the top of turn number 3 and 4. That was Chad Chevalier. Chad jumped the cushion, and he loses a bunch of spots. He falls back to 6 from 4th. So a little discombobulation on the cushion cost Chad Chevalier 2 spots that last time by. Lindbergh starting to pull away, though, a little bit from the 25 of Rudolph. Williamson there could easily just be saving his stuff for the later laps.
With 30 laps to go, 31, there'll be 30 when they get to the line. No question, it's smart to save your stuff if you think you've got the speed for later in the run. Lindbergh, however, saving nothing as he's trying to run away and hide from both Eric Rudolph and Matt Williamson. Front 3 cars running together. Rudolph slipped up a little bit of that last time off of 2. That's going to allow Williamson to get to his inside in 3 and 4. Battles on for second. Williamson trying to take it on the bottom side. Couldn't make it work that time. He'll continue to work over Rudolph into corners 1 and 2, while Lindbergh now gaps them about 2 to 3 car lengths as they work down the back straightaway.
Matt Williamson, a couple wins earlier in the week out in Quebec with the Canadian Big Block Series they're having out there in Quebec. He picked up the wins Granby Monday, Drummondville on Tuesday, but wasn't able to pick up the win Friday at Ransomville. Not last night at Maryville either, as he had a problem at the start of the green. Williamson still hanging on there in third, tried the middle that time, but lost ground to the 25 of Eric Rudolph. Looking back through the field, Chevalier now has moved back up. Chevalier back to the third spot. We got David Flanagan slow in the 74 on the back straightaway. We got to go yellow. Does it look like the left rear wheel's missing on that thing or something happened there to the 74?
If it's not missing, it's definitely flat. There's a lot of damage to that left rear, and that is where he did get hit by Freddie Carlton and from that earlier incident. Looks like he might be able to roll away on his own power now, maybe. It's Lindbergh on the bottom, Rudolph on the outside on the front row. Williamson, Bowman, Chevalier, Delero, Willard, Luke Carlton, Steve Bernier, Brad Rouse, your top 10 coming back to green. Great restart there from Rudolph as he doesn't really let Lindbergh get away. In fact, Rudolph's going to try to take the lead on the outside through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Lindbergh will clear Rudolph, but Rudolph sails it in on the outside. Look at the move from Eric Rudolph. At a corner number 4, Lindbergh not able to clear him. Look at, wow, Rudolph really leaned on him that time through 1 and 2. Good racing for the lead here as Lindbergh doing all he can to hang on to it into 3 and 4.
Rudolph really starting to gas up that 25 around the outside. Mike Bowman falls off the top of 3 and 4. He's going to lose a bunch of spots halfway down this time. 25 in, 25 to go. Eric Rudolph, your new leader in turn number 1 and 2. He was able to chop the wheel of the 37S there in 1 and 2. Eric Rudolph now your leader down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Matt Williamson trying to do the same thing, get around Gary Lindbergh as well. He saw what that 25 of Rudolph did to get around the 37 of Lindbergh, and he's going to be trying to do the same thing in that 6.
We really haven't seen what Williamson has. He hasn't been able to really mix it up as the 2 in front of them have battled. Now Williamson's going to have to go if he wants to get up there and challenge. Rudolph trying to check out on the field. Rudolph's already built about a 2, 3, 4 car length advantage now with 1 car goes off in turn 1 and 2. That's Brad Rouse who goes wide. He's going to drop a ton of spots as Williamson commits to the outside, and he'll take second spot from Gary Lindbergh through 1 and 2.
Rudolph still your leader, starting to pull away over almost a 1 second lead. Still side by side for that second spot. Williamson around the top side. He's got second at the line that time. Can he hold it through 1 and 2? Williamson able to cross over, take the bottom away from Lindbergh. Wasn't able to hold it just quite as much as he wanted to. Almost opened up the door for Lindbergh to charge back down the bottom side of 1 and 2 that time. Matt back to the top. Who's it going to be down out of 3, 4? Matt Williamson still in that second spot. Over Lindbergh in third, Chevalier fourth. Luke Carlton, nice run for him in that 26C, rounding out the top 5.
Top 3 cars really breaking away from the rest of this field. Rudolph using the bottom side. Williamson's gone to school. He's taking notes from Rudolph, and he's running his previous line from earlier in the race. So far, it's working. Williamson has that lead down to about a car length advantage. At a corner number 4, Williamson on the high side. Rudolph down low, covers off into turn 1 and 2. They both have to work around the lap car of Corey Gruel here. Rudolph will get by. Williamson follows suit on the inside line through 3 and 4. It's still Eric Rudolph in front by just over a half second.
Tyler Willard, he started 12th, up to 6th now in that number 33 car. Renumbered 33 for his mentor, Mike Grant, who passed away just before the season started. We still miss Mike here at Humberstone Speedway. First feature of the night was in memorial of Mike here this year at Humberstone. And yeah, Tyler Willard now still holding on to that third spot, trying to chase in the number 26C of Luke Carlton.
Too Cool of Derek Van Mil, the next car that would be going a lap down. Looks like Eric Rudolph will catch him through corners 1 and 2. Rudolph down on the inside, puts the power down, gets by the Too Cool. Now Williamson will follow suit. Matt Williamson doing all he can to keep with Eric Rudolph as laps continue to tick away. 14 to go now for Eric Rudolph out in front. It's Eric Rudolph, Matt Williamson, Gary Lindbergh, your top three. Going to be coming to 13 laps to go.
13 to go this time by for the 25 Eric Rudolph. Always fast here at Humberstone. Matt Williamson still could be saving his stuff though. Keeping that 25 car in his sights. If you watch the Tuesday night show from Drummondville, that's what Matt did. Started 14th, paced himself the whole race, took the lead away with 2 to go. That was the first lap he led of the whole race on Tuesday, was with a couple to go. Hasn't led a lap yet here at Humberstone, trying to do the same thing here, as this time by is going to be 11 to go for the 25 Eric Rudolph, about to encounter some pretty heavy lap traffic sitting in front of him.
Tanner Podwinski up next. Then Todd Gordon and Freddie Carlton, who are battling for position on the racetrack. That battle over 12th place. That's happening in front of our leader, Eric Rudolph, as well. So there's going to be lots of lap traffic here for Rudolph to negotiate. He goes high, Williamson goes low. They might be side by side, not quite this lap, but it's going to start getting tight at the front of the field as lap traffic will play a factor. Williamson all over the back bumper of Eric Rudolph. Rudolph's going to get by Podwinski now. Now he's going to have to figure out how he's going to get past this battle for 12th. As both Gordon and Carlton side by side. Now Carlton's able to clear Gordon, but they're not done contesting those positions, and Rudolph and Williamson are nose to tail.
Williamson, when you're the leader, you definitely might want to be rolling second. You got to be the first one to move on lap cars. Now Rudolph tries to get to the outside of Todd Gordon, almost opened up the inside for the 6th of Williamson, but Rudolph does a nice job to cross across the front. Now Todd Gordon, they're putting him a lap down. Now there's going to be 2 lap cars in between him and Williamson. No, Williamson does a great job to throw it into the middle. Williamson rolling the black through the middle, able to get by the 28 of Gordon. Now this is 96 of Fred Carlton in between the 2 leaders. 7 to go, that time by, 43 in, 7 to go for the 25 of Eric Rudolph. Still has Matt Williamson all over here's the rear bumper though, getting into turn 3.
Williamson goes back to the high side, trying to put the power down and put pressure on Rudolph into corners 1 and 2. He gets there. He's found something using that middle line entry on 1 and 2, but he gives it all up on corner exit. Williamson again able to sail it in on entry, but can't make it stick on exit to really catch Rudolph. Rudolph has Davidson in front of him now as we see 5 laps to go at the stripe, and it's still Eric Rudolph over Matt Williamson.
Another lap car in Rudolph's spot where he wants to be riding. Rudolph switches the high side, opens up the door for the 6. Can't get by him because Dylan Davidson's blocking that inside line. Rudolph crosses the nose of the 73. Looks like Steve Bernier. He's got pulled up lane down the back straightaway. Let's see if Bernier can make it to the pits. We might have to have a late race yellow here. Bernier super slow on the back straightaway. Rudolph still your leader. Clicks off another lap. 3 to go now for the 25 of Eric Rudolph. About a 0.7 second lead, and there is the caution for the 25 of Steve Bernier. Stopped on the access road for turn 3.
And that sets up a 3-lap shootout. Rudolph made the passes that he made for position using the high side. But once he got that lead, he just covered off the bottom side and made Williamson try to go around the outside. We're going to be coming back to the green flag this time. Green flag in the air, and it's a great jump for Rudolph. Williamson trying to hang tight on his rear bumper, can't do it. Rudolph's already got a 2-car length advantage as they work down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Coming out of corner number 4, Williamson goes to the high side, trying to wind it up in the S&W Service Center 6.
Williamson 1.5 laps left to go to try to get around the 25 of Rudolph. Rudolph hasn't been here in over 3 years since the start of the pandemic. He wants to win his return. Williamson switches it to the high side. He's got 4 corners to go. Let's see what happens. Williamson to the high side. Rudolph misses the bottom just a little bit. Williamson to his right rear quarter. Down the back straightaway, final time, left front in the air. To the bottom goes the 25. Williamson's got one last-ditch effort. Coming out at 4, checker flag in the air. It's going to be Eric Rudolph picking up the win over Matt Williamson second. Kerry Lindbergh, early leader, third. Chad Chevalier, fourth. Mike Bowman, fifth. Luke Carlton, sixth. Tyler Willard, seventh. Dalton Slack, eighth. Mark Delario, ninth. And rounding out the top 10 will be the 73 of Dylan Davidson. Congratulations, Eric Rudolph, for picking up another win here at Humberstone Speedway. Here he is climbing out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Ransomville, New York's Eric Rudolph, winner of the All-Canadian Championships here at Humberstone. Congrats, Eric. Good run. Lindbergh was leading early on the bottom. You had to go top side 3 and 4. Bottom was probably better 1 and 2. You passed him on the top in 3 and 4, then took the lane away. Tell us about it.
I'm not sure what the preferred line was in 3 and 4, but you definitely wanted to be on the bottom in 1 and 2. I was running the top, tickling a little bit, the first half of the race or so, and then finally in a restart, I was able to bury it in there a little bit and maintain, and then make a move on him in 3 and 4. But the car was on rails. Once I got to the lead, I just tucked it to the inside, figuring out that might be the preferred lane. Didn't want to get the tires hot, and just ran a consistent race and ended up here tonight. So far this weekend, we got a 5th last night. Anytime you get a top 5, you can't complain about that, and we got a win tonight. So we'll see how tomorrow goes, but so far this weekend, things have been going pretty good. Yeah, last thing I just wanted to ask you is this is your first time back in Canada for a few years since the pandemic. Just tell us how much you love running here. You used to come over here all the time, and this is almost where you cut your teeth over here getting wins. Yeah, in ways you could say that. It is. It's probably one of my favorite tracks in the southern Ontario area. Glad to be here. It's always one of my favorite tracks to attend. These not new places, but places I haven't been in a few years makes it exciting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for tonight's S&W Service Center 358 Modified winner. It's Eric Rudolph. Just want to say once again, thank you for coming out to the All-Canadian Championships here at Humberstone Speedway. Our next events will be August 20th and 21st. Classes to be determined. So, thank you for coming out to Terry Vince's Humberstone Speedway, and we'll see you again next time.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GForceTV. GForceTV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.